We can set environment variables using Heroku CLI. So run Heroku config :set, and here we add the name of our environment variable, that is vidly _JWT private key. We set this to whatever. Done. I'm also going to set the node environment to production, and this is for improving performance and generating less verbose messages. So once again, Heroku config set. We set node _env to production. And note that these environment variables are case sensitive. So make sure to use the right casing. Okay, so we have set two environment variables. Now we can run Heroku config to see all the environment variables that we have set. So we have node environment, which is set to production, and the other is our JWT private key. Now, one thing you need to know about the cloud architecture in Heroku. In Heroku, by default, you have one server, which we call a dyno. If you want to scale your application, you will add more dynos. These dynos have a temporary file system. So every time they're restarted, their file system is wiped out. That's why you cannot store anything in their file system. So if you want to use storage, there are various add-ons for storing different kinds of data. We're going to look at that later. Now, the only thing that these servers or these dynos share is these environment variables. So if you have 10 dynos, you don't need to explicitly set these environment variables on each dyno. You set them at the application level, and Heroku will automatically replicate these across all dynos. So we have set these environment variables, and every time there is a change in the value of these, Heroku will automatically restart our application. So let's go back to the log here. You can see our application crashed one more time. If you scroll up, you can see the reason. So Mongo network error, failed to connect to server. The reason for this is because we set our connection string to an instance of MongoDB running on localhost. But obviously, when we deploy this application to Heroku, there is no MongoDB there by default. So in the next lecture, we're going to resolve this issue.